joining us on Imagine Diamonds TV. People the world over can usually recognize the diamond. It's the colorless wonders. It's seen on virtually every stone shelf, in every window display, and is featured prominently on every jeweler's retailer's website as what one could argue is the most commonly seen and most beloved gem. We're more familiar with it than with any other gems, but there are still some interesting facts and tidbits about these precious gems that you might need to not be aware of, and which you may consequently find out to help you understand. Diamond is April's birthstone. I always say that I'm cosmically destined to be born in April because of how much I love diamonds, yet I'm surprised how many people understand that April is linked to the diamond at all. Birthstones in general are surprisingly foreign to the majority of folks. When I hosted a jewelry theme party recently and had the guests match months with their corresponding birthstone, everyone did horribly. And I congratulated a friend recently on the arrival of a diamond born. He was admitted that no one asked him of birthstones and anything else. I know that birthstones is hardly a major fact when welcoming anyone, but if you have children, particularly daughters, I encourage you to learn their birthstones. If any of them are born in April, well, with a perfect opportunity to give them a gift that will last forever. Diamonds are graded according to lack of color. It's a bit ironic, but when it comes to the color grade of a diamond, the highest and most valuable grade is that of a colorless, meaning you don't want your diamond to be colored, like at all. And the lower the grade, the more you'll start to see hints of brown or yellow creep in, which you definitely don't want. The only exception is that color rule is if the diamond is actual fancy colored diamond. The Hope diamond, for instance, is naturally blue, meaning it came out of the earth that way. It's the largest natural blue diamond in the world, actually, and obviously, in this case, the presence of colors is not only okay, but it also makes the diamond much, much more valuable, as natural colored diamonds are more rare than any traditional colorless variety. The canary yellow Tiffany diamond is another example of a color enhancing both the appearance and the value of the diamond. Since the majority of us all will never be able to own a true fancy colored diamond, stick to colorless and go as colorless as you could possibly can. A grade of D, E, or F will be the best. Diamonds can be enhanced. There's always some amount of debate about treatments and enhancements of gemstones, and there seems to be confusion around whether our enhanced diamonds still can be considered natural. Let's be clear, an enhanced diamond is still a natural diamond, meaning it came from the earth just like any non-enhanced diamond did. The difference, of course, is that certain clarity characteristics flaws have been removed prior to the sale of the diamond. Keep it in mind that the vast majority of gemstones sold today have had some type of treatments or enhancements to improve either their clarity or color. Enhanced diamonds should not be scandalous, and some would try and paint them as. They're simply another alternative when it comes to buying diamonds, and one that can save up to half the cost. Diamond is the hardest gemstone. You have perhaps heard mention of what's called the Mohs scale of hardness, which rates gemstones' hardness by assigning them a number between 1 and 10. 1 being the softest, something that can be very easily scratched, and 10 being the hardest. You may have heard that the diamond is rated a 10, but did you know that the only gemstone rated a 10 is a diamond? When compared to 9 of a ruby and sapphire, you may think that this doesn't really sound that much harder. I mean, it's just 1 point, right? What makes diamonds so amazing is the Mohs scale is somewhat exponential at the end, and while there's only 1 point between a 9 and a 10, a diamond is actually 40 times harder than a sapphire ruby. Truly, nothing comes close, and this means good things for keeping your diamonds safe for scratches or chips. Rough diamonds look much different than cut and polished ones. It can be hard to picture this if only exposure to diamonds has been those that are already been cut, polished, and mounted to perfection a piece of jewelry. But straight from the earth, diamonds won't be as sparkling. In fact, some might call them a bit dull. They can grow in a few different shapes, but many times they come in pyramid shapes, meaning 4 triangle sides and a square bottom, usually 2 pyramids linked together, sharing the same square base. Take a look at the picture to see what I mean. It may be hard to believe that these are diamonds, but even if this form to be are incredibly beautiful. I recently saw a necklace in a jewelry display in California that used nothing but rough diamonds, and in fact, the results were stunning. Diamonds are not the different types between clarity grades. I don't mean to suggest that there are noticeable differences between, say, an SI diamond or a VS diamond, but once you break these categories into further subcategories, the difference becomes much more subtle. For example, within the SI category, there is SI1 and SI2. 1 is more clear than 2, but only slightly, very slightly. Same with both VS and VVS. There's 1 and 2. While the price difference between the 1s and 2s will be significant, the actual difference in clarity will be minor, something to keep in mind if you are in the market. Diamonds can be insured. If you feel silly taking out an insurance policy on a diamond, don't. If you have the pieces that are particularly valuable or essential to you, wedding and engagement rings especially, I would absolutely recommend insuring them both. It's just like insuring a house or a car, something that you probably couldn't afford to replace if anything happened to it. And if it sounds complicated, it's really not. All you would need is an appraisal from a jeweler or gemologist, and then you take that directly to an insurance provider like State Farm to set up a policy. If you learned something here that you didn't know before, then it has been successful. If you've already known all of this, then I'm proud to consider you a fellow member of the Diamond Elite, those who love the diamonds enough to have already learned so much more about diamonds. Diamonds truly are a gemological wonder, and I'd just say something because that is in April, the most beautiful stone we have when it comes to overall fire and brilliance. Next time you're looking through a store window or pursuing a website, take an extra minute to contemplate the diamond. And if said contemplations ultimately leads you to a purchase, well then it's just a bonus. And here's a look at some of the diamonds comparing the birthstone of April. As you can see, two relevant diamonds to exemplify April's birthstone. Thank you for joining us on Imagine Diamonds TV.